Well, Turkey says it's preparing for a ground invasion into northeast Syria to combat Kurdish militia groups it claims is responsible for the deadly bombing in Istanbul last month. The invasion threatens the lives of millions of Syrians and the emergence of a new democracy in the Middle East. Take a look. For weeks, Turkey has been shelling towns and villages in northeast Syria. Zani and Çınar Bakır live on the border in the strategic Syrian town of Kobani.
Exactly in 19 November, the bombing began. The bombing was very strong. We were very scared.
It was really devastated in northeast Syria with over 28 people killed, 14 of those civilians. They've hit schools, they've hit hospitals, they've hit grain silos, an IDP camp, water facilities, oil facilities. So really all the important infrastructure for civilians has been destroyed. It's unbelievable that it's been so terrible.
Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan blames Syrian defense forces for a recent bombing in Istanbul and is using it to justify the military campaign.
We've been on top of the terrorists for the past few days with our planes, artillery, and drones. Know that as soon as possible, we will root out all of them together with our tanks, soldiers, and our friends who walk and will walk this road with us.
Dave Eubank of the Free Burma Rangers is among those on the front line.
It sounds like that was a pretext for this new onslaught into northeast Syria. So we saw all this happening, and then behind that came the threat of a land invasion to, as they said, clean out the enemy, clean out the Kurds.
Mayenza says given this geopolitical crisis, the U.S. could play a key role.
Of course, Turkey is important because of the NATO alliance and what's going on in the Ukraine. So this is a really delicate situation for the U.S. government, but nevertheless, they have the tools to push back an invasion, and they should.
The possible invasion puts a growing, vibrant new democracy at risk. It's known as the Autonomous Administration of Northeast Syria.
It's remarkable. They've created this society that respects one another even with deep ideological differences. And I think that's super important to understand. This isn't a secular society. They're very religious, but they accept one another. They really live among each other with this remarkable religious freedom culture.
The Syrian Defense Forces is backed by the U.S. and serves as the young democracy's military arm.
Well, northeast Syria was a place that defeated ISIS. And when the U.S. was looking for partners to defeat ISIS, they found a very good one in the Kurds in northeast Syria. And they helped develop something called the SDF, Syrian Democratic Forces. This is a Kurdish-led organization that includes Kurds, Arabs, which are crucial to all of this, and Christians, who are a minority but have an important role, and Yazidis.
900 U.S. soldiers work alongside the SDF.
But our presence keeps Turks from completely invading, Iranians from attacking. It holds Assad back a little bit, and helps keep ISIS tamped down. So the U.S. has a very important role diplomatically with the surrounding countries, especially Turkey, to find compromises between the SDF and the Turks, which I think is possible.
Mayenza sees the devastating consequences coming from any Turkish invasion.
We know if Turkey invades Kobani, they are going to decimate the people, torture, kill, rape, and commit atrocities, especially targeting the vibrant group of religious converts there. We know that's going to happen. So let's not pretend that we don't, and let's actually do something to stop it rather than the normal reports and alerts after the fact when it's too late.
Meanwhile, as Christmas approaches, Zani and Çınar in Kobani are holding on to hope and their faith.
We just save ourselves in God's hands. So we, like another people here, hug their children and cry and pray. God, we just need the peace here. Our faith got very strong at this time because we are trust in Him.
A new